Hi guys, I want to go through this foldable as quickly as I can to show you, to introduce you to cubics. So the top four we've already talked about. We're just going to write them in factored form. So the first thing we look for with number one is the GCF. The GCF of all three terms is x. So if I take out an x, I'm left with x squared plus 2x minus 24. Now I have to factor inside the parentheses, so we're looking for what multiplies to negative 24 that adds to 2. So I think it's 6 and 4, so 6 and negative 4. So we're going to have the x on the outside, and we're going to have x plus 6 and x minus 4. So that right there is our answer. That's what we're looking for. And we've done that before. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2. Again, we take out the GCF, and we're left with x squared minus 6x minus 16. So we're going to look for what multiplies to 16 that adds up to negative 6. So I think we got 8 and 2. Nope, positive 2 and negative 8. So it's x minus 8, and it's x plus 2. And that's my answer. Okay, moving on to number 3. Again, we take out the GCF, which is an x. But this time we don't have a trinomial, so this is difference of perfect squares. So this would be x plus 5 and x minus 5. And that's it for that question. Last one in factoring, we're going to take out the x. We're going to be left with x squared plus 6x plus 9. So we're looking for what multiplies to 9 that adds to 6. 3 and 3. So this is x plus 3, x plus 3. Or you could just say x plus 3 squared. Okay, either one of those is a good way to write the answer. Okay, moving on. So now we're going to talk about how we actually sketch a picture. So what I know from the equation, there is supposed to be an x right here. I don't know what happened to it. So we're going to split it up because it's already factored for us. And we know that one of the roots is 0. And one of the roots, if we set this equal to 0, we're going to add the 1 to the other side. And we're going to get 1. And then if we set this root equal to 0, they're going to subtract the 3, and we're going to get x equals negative 3. So now what I'm going to do is take 0, 1, and negative 3 and plot those on the x-axis. So 0, 1, and negative 3. So if you're sketching a cubic, it's going to have two loops, or two, an up and a down, I guess you could call it, as opposed to a quadratic, which only has one. It doesn't matter how high up or how low you go. Usually you're graphing to look for your roots. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this one here. So I'm going to go a little quicker with this one. We know that if I split it up, this is going to end up saying x equals negative 1. This is going to end up saying x equals 2, and this is going to end up saying x equals 3. They're just backwards. So I'm going to plot those points, negative 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to do the same thing again, up and then down, and we're sketching. So like I said, it doesn't necessarily matter how high or low the graph goes, because really you're just going to have to match the picture to its sketch. And if you were actually doing this at home or at school, really, you could just put that into y equals. Okay, so in order to write this backwards, so now they gave me the roots. So before they were the roots, they would have said x plus 3, x minus 1, and x minus 2, right? So in order to write this in standard form, it wants us to put it back into a quadratic. So the first thing I'm going to do is FOIL or box method these two. So I'm going to get x times x, which is x squared. X times -1 is -1x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times -1 is -3. So I'm going to put this together first. X squared plus 2x minus 3. And now I'm going to take the x minus 2 from the beginning, and I'm going to put it in front. So I'm going to distribute the x to everything. That's going to give me x cubed, because we're dealing with cubics. Then x times 2x is 2x squared. And x times -3 is -3x. Now I'm going to multiply the 2 by all three things. And I'm going to get -2x squared. Oops. I'm going to get -4x and positive 6. So the last thing I need to do is just combine like terms. So there's only one cube. So 2 and 2, those actually cancel each other out. And then those add up to 7x plus 6. So we actually lost one of our terms. No big deal. That's my answer in standard form. Okay. So looking at the next one, this is x plus 2, x minus 1, x minus 5. So the factors, which I just wrote, are always opposite the roots. Okay, so I'm going to FOIL the first two. I'm going to get x squared minus 1x plus 2x minus 2. Okay, and then I'm going to put a parenthesis around that. I'm going to combine these two first. Sorry about that. So I'm going to bring the x minus 5 down. And then I'm going to combine x squared plus x. I combined these. Minus 2. I'm going to distribute my x. So it's going to be x cubed plus x squared minus 2x. And then I'm going to distribute my -5. So -5x squared minus 5x plus 10. So the last thing I'm going to do is combine my like terms. So x cubed, x, take away 5x is -4x squared. -2 minus 5 more is -7x plus 10. That is my answer. Okay, last one. Nope, I lied, 2 more. So x equals 0 is just x. And then this is x minus 1. And this is x minus 4. So we're going to just, let's FOIL first. So x squared minus 4x minus 1x plus 4. And now I'm going to bring down this x, and I'm going to distribute. So x cubed minus 4x squared minus 1x squared plus 4x. So this is going to end up saying x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x. Okay, one more. 2, 2, and 2. So they were all x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to do these two first. I'm going to get x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4. So this is going to say x squared minus 4x plus 4. All right, and I'm going to bring down the last x minus 2 and distribute. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x, and distribute the -2. -2x squared plus 8x minus 8. So combine. -6x squared plus 12x minus 8. Okay, this should help you do those Regents questions. Good luck.